You might have heard of the Royal Guards. Dressed in exquisite uniforms and behaving like robots, these fearless guards show no emotion while on duty. However, some foolish tourists mistake them for circus clowns, thinking they can mock them freely until they learn a harsh lesson. And that's exactly what you'll see here today. So make sure to hit the like button, click on the subscribe button below, and let's get started. A group of tourists was waiting for their turn to enter Windsor Castle in England, while a royal guard patrolled the perimeter, marching back and forth in front of the group, who seemed to be amused by his march. The tourists were laughing a lot and filming the guard, mocking the way he was walking the cameramen. Even comments that the tourists are making fun of the guard. A young man crouches down, placing his hand on the ground in an apparent attempt to look into the guard's eyes, while another almost breaks her back, leaning over.
Just laughing and taking the piss.
However, what broke the guard's seriousness was not the disrespect towards him, but towards the rope, marking the waiting area. In a fit of anger, he loses his patience and shouts at a girl who had been holding the rope from the beginning. Several members of the group can be seen literally jumping in shock.
Get off the rope!
Guard London isn't the only place in the world with royal guards. The palace in Oslo, Norway also has its own royal guards who are just as tough as the ones in London. Imagine the confusion when someone decided to pick a fight with these guards. He must not be very smart to have done. That many tourists think these guards are just for show because of their plumed uniforms and different behavior. What used to be a symbol of authority and grandeur has now become a source of amusement for tourists. But when they fail to respect these figures of authority, they often end up learning a harsh lesson. After almost getting beaten up while being arrested, the guy walks away as if he doesn't owe the guards any explanation, but of course they had to immobilize him and take him to Jail Jiden, a famous YouTuber from America who used to make prank videos, decided to fly to London to annoy the royal guards at Buckingham Palace. His only goal with the visit was to make at least one guard laugh at his silly antics. Ignoring all common sense, Jiden approaches an on-duty guard, announcing his so-called duel to make him laugh from a large bag. The YouTuber starts pulling out various props, and the guard almost seems to smile, but remember, this could be a big problem for the guard, who could even lose his job if seen showing emotion.
Impossible. I have come to make you laugh. Beware, you will smile. You will grin. You're already smiling, man. You're already grinning. You failed already, man.
When he least expects it. Another guard who is there to protect the royal guard from situations like this arrives to escort the YouTuber away from the palace grounds. Gon ended up being expelled and was notified that if he returned, he would be arrested or deported. Behavior in a video that started circulating on social media. Recently, we see two tourists trying to feed a royal guard's horse, despite a sign right next to it, warning not to approach the horse. A police officer intervenes, asking the men to stop distracting the horse. The woman, who has a bit more common sense, realizes her mistake and quickly leaves, but the other man, who seems to have had a bit too much to drink, decides to stay and argue with the officer. Little by little, more officers start surrounding the man, anticipating some unpleasant situation. The man continues to argue with the authorities, refusing to accept that he was wrong.
Mate, stop feeding them, please. Stop feeding them. Stop feeding them. Please,
After arguing with everyone and even forcing the guard to retreat with the horse, the man finally leaves. He really pushed his luck. He could easily have been arrested for his harassment.
a man who must have thought he was very funny decided to walk up to the main gate of St. James Palace in London to be filmed while doing a little dance, although this fool was not a child or teenager but a grown man. He showed he was very immature for his age. He dances for a while until he gets a reaction from one of the guards in front of the palace done. The guard surprises the dancer with a thick Scottish accent, ordering him to leave the premises. The man seems genuinely upset by the scolding he received, as if he was doing the most normal thing in the world, not realizing he was disrupting the guard's duties. The funniest part is that the other royal guard didn't seem too bothered by the dance. He practically jumps along with the dancer and just watches his colleague handle the situation.